Is it your favorite book?
Yeah, one of them.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 43 of the So Not Scary series. Today is International Children's Book Day and I'm going to show you how I made this really cute book pillow using only our mini sewing machine. Hooray! For this book pillow tutorial, first I took a pillow form and loosely measured it, and it's 16 inches across. So I cut up a piece of fusible interfacing of 16 by 16, and then taking my fabric, I flipped it over, and on the wrong side of the fabric I placed the fusible interfacing with the shiny side facing down, okay, because this is the side with the glue on it. And placing it down like that, I took a hot iron and then I pressed and fused the interfacing in place. So after doing this, the interfacing is now fused in place with the hot dry iron. I'm now going to take a rotary cutter and then trim away all of the excess fabric from all around the fusible interfacing. And this is a very fast, very smooth process. The rotary cutter makes easy work of the job, and we are left with a perfect square for the pillow front. There it is. And now I'm going to take a doubled over black fabric for the front pocket and placing it slightly higher than the halfway or midway point of the pillow, I'm going to take some tailoring pins and mark out the position of the fabric all along the black fabric. And these pins will guide me in cutting the fabric. So using these pins as my marker points, I'm once again going to use my rotary cutter and cut away all the excess fabric, creating a double layered front pocket fabric. And now I'm going to do a top stitch all along the top of that black fabric. And here you can see on my mini sewing machine, I'm using a white thread guide, which we used in this video, and it's going to help me sew a perfectly nice straight line across the top of my pocket. There it is. Look how beautiful and neat that stitch line came through, and once I've pressed it down, it looks absolutely perfect. Now I'm going to arrange this pocket on top of the pillow form's front, okay? So I'm arranging it on top of the chevron fabric and then pinning it down. And this will help to kind of anchor both the fabrics together so I can easily sew a narrow hem along three sides of the front pocket. So there we are. Along those three sides we're going to sew a really narrow hem. So I'm going to take the whole thing to my mini sewing machine, and I'll use this magnetic guide, which we also use to sew the cover for our mini sewing machine in this episode. And then using this magnetic seam guide, I'm going to sew a narrow hem. And can you see here I'm doing a slight back stitch at the beginning of the pocket. I saw this trick online and I will talk about this step further in a future episode, and it's going to just reinforce that pocket and make everything nice and strong. So we're just going to sew along the three sides of the pocket, and at the end as well I'm going to do a slight back stitch like that, just repeating the last few stitches, and there we have it. I'm going to take two separate pieces of black fabric which are slightly wider than half the width of the pillow, and then I'm going to fold over the top edge once and then twice and press it down, and I'm going to repeat it with the second piece of black fabric as well. And there they are, nicely pressed down using sharp creases, and I'm going to sew a straight stitch all across the top of those two black fabrics as well. Once again, I'm using my thread guide, and it's just making life so much easier because I just have to follow that straight thread and my stitch lines always come out perfectly. And there we are nearing the end, and once that's done you can see that the stitching came through beautifully again. Now we're going to assemble the pillow by placing both these fabrics with the right sides facing the right sides of the pillow front. There we are. And once they've been arranged, overlapping down the middle, I'm going to take my pin cushion and I'm going to use all these pins to pin all the layers of the fabrics on all 4 sides, and then we're going to sew a nice straight stitch all along the 4 sides. Okay, and once again, back at the mini sewing machine, using the thread guide, we're going to sew that nice simple straight stitch. It's just a nice smooth process, and every time I reach a corner I pivot the project through 90 degrees, and I keep going like this. And once I reach the beginning of my project, like I did earlier as well, I'm going to do a few back stitches. Here I am using the thread guide again, and once again it's just made life so much easier. Once that's done, I'm going to take a sharp pair of scissors and clip away the corners, and this is to help me make nice sharp corners once we turn the pillow inside out. There we are, it's turning right side out now, and once that's done we're going to give it a nice good press. So out come the sharp corners, and look at that, how beautiful does that look. The pillow form is in, and now we can put a book in. Look at that, all done. Okay, so it's finished. So this is the front of the pillow with the pocket, and on the back, look at that. Look how neat those folds turned out.
It's so neat without the pin.
It is, and let's try putting a book in. So this is a scarecrow's wedding. Look at that, it fits beautifully. Sophie, do you want to put another book in?
Okay.
Yay! Look, there's another book.
It's my favorite book.
It is your favorite book. This is the one you're reading currently, isn't it,
Yeah.
Sophie? So look at that, guys. Look how beautiful this is, and it's a perfect project for International Children's Book Day. So yeah, go ahead, make this project. I'm sure your kids are gonna love it. Okay?
This is my favorite book.
Is it your favorite book?
Yeah, one of them.
How do you like your pillow, Miss Sophie?
It's good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yay!
Even without the pins, it was good. Yeah.